All right, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Struggling Day Trader channel. I am your host, resident day trader, and your brother in the struggle. The name is Hassan, and I'm here to go over my trades for the day. All right, so today is the second day after vowing to move to the 5-minute chart and to be done with the 2-minute chart. And yesterday I came in and I was kind of not really focused on my setup, not really focused on anything but just the fact that I was not going to be entering any trades on the 2-minute chart. And I accomplished that yesterday, but I completely ignored all the rules and guidelines of my trading setup, and it was just kind of a total throwaway day. Today, after yesterday, I acknowledged that and came in more focused. I had a really good pre-market. I felt like I did some some good due diligence and looking through the daily for good setups. And I only have 6 charts on my watch list now, so I was being a little more critical on what I was going to watch for the day. And I didn't take my first trade until pretty late in the day. It was 10:10. 10:10 was when I took my first trade. But I honestly, man, and I know a lot of this could just be I'm in a slump right now. I've had a really bad week, probably a couple weeks. It's been a rough few weeks actually. And switching to the 5-minute, I feel like I'm starting over, right? Because I've been watching low time frame price action my whole time trading, over 2 years of trading. And I feel like my main motivation for wanting to move to the 5-minute was because I was having too many buy signals on the 2-minute chart, and I was just getting stopped out a lot. And a lot of times I would be right about the direction of the stock, but my timing was just wrong and I would get stopped out. And then oftentimes I would spend the rest of the day watching the stock go to the target that I was shooting for. So I was like, well, let me go to the 5-minute to help me be more patient, slow things down. But the price action on the 5-minute is way different than what I'm used to seeing on the 2-minute. And I don't know, man. Today I just was really feeling like I don't know what I'm doing. Like the price action is completely different than what I'm used to. And I've lost on all my trades today. And I was just feeling really, really lost. And thinking back, like my guy Ben in the chat says, you really haven't proven your strategy wrong yet because you just keep breaking your rules. And that still holds true. But I was trying to move to the 5 to kind of help me with breaking the rules by forcing me to slow down. But now I feel like my edge is completely gone and I have to develop a edge in trading the 5-minute chart. Find setups that are more prominent on the 5-minute chart because things just set up differently, on the 5-minute chart. I mean, you still get the higher highs and higher lows, but like on a really good mover, you might get like on Google on the 5-minute, like there's not really many pullbacks on the 5-minute on a really strong stock, on a stock that's really moving up. So your opportunity to get in, like this is the first real red candle but then you know what, when I switched to the 2-minute, I don't really see anywhere that I could have taken the entry any better. This really was the only entry after confirmation. So I did do that okay. And really the only reason I got stopped out of Google was because I chose to add right here, way up from support. I mean, not really. I don't know, man. I just felt really lost today. And I honestly wanted to tuck my tail and run back to the 2 minute chart because that's what I'm comfortable with. And I know I've committed to the 5 minute chart till the end of May, but man, the feeling I had today, I just literally felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know. I don't feel like I have an edge, and I feel like I'm erasing all the experience that I've gained by trading on the 2 minute for the last 2 years. So I don't know if it does it make more sense to stay where I have the experience and just keep practicing, discernment and patience and following the rules. Because honestly, those things will still be there. Those issues will still be there on the 5. I still have to be able to discern a choppy chart from a clean chart, and I still have to force myself to follow my rules. So I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just this slump I'm in I definitely think it's the slump that's making me want to change, make so many big changes. I don't know. I definitely think the right thing to do is to lower my risk. Like, that commitment to the end of May for sure is unquestioned. But I don't know, man. I'm definitely second thinking the move to the 5 minute chart. And not that I won't have it up on my trade screen. Like, now I have the 5, the 15, and the hourly. Before I had the 2, the 5, and the 15. So I don't know. All the OGs, all the experienced traders are telling me to move to the 5, but it's just not my edge. So I don't know, man. It's been it was kind of a down day today, honestly. You have a few red days in a row, and you really just start to question yourself and like, what am I doing? What am I doing here? My buddy Pond in the live stream, though, man, he actually commented on one of my video reviews of my good days when I was up 7R, and maybe I should go back and watch a couple of those, just to remind myself that I can do this. And I don't know. I don't really know where I wanted to go with this review video today. I guess I can go over my trades, but so I like price to build on itself, and so it set this opening range on the 5 and traded back down to VWAP and then broke over that and held that for 2 candles. Came back, tested it, bought back up, came back down, tested it again, bought back up. And so I took that entry. And when I flipped to the 2 minute chart, that is pretty much the best entry after confirmation. The problem is this kind of move for Google, it really just hasn't been moving that much. And it just didn't have very far to go after this type of entry. And it's a wide range entry. It just didn't really give a good risk to reward. And you know what that really means is that I just shouldn't have taken it. I just shouldn't have taken it. That trade there is on the assumption that it's gonna go another $2 or $3. And if you look at the average trading range on Google, that's a lot to expect. That's a lot to expect. It was breaking over this top right here. So, I mean, there was maybe some reason to assume that, but it didn't go. But I will say that was the best entry out of all of these, the safest entry, the one after confirmation. It would have just been nicer if it pulled back to VWAP so that I could get a, entry in the lower part of the range and maybe have room to want to take profit up here at 176. Yeah, but honestly, if my strategy is a higher low retest to VWAP, this was not it. It's the best entry to take on this chart, but it's still a very low risk to reward entry and a trade I should have passed on. I guess we can write this down. Man, I'm just really feeling out of it today. broke over opening range, retested twice on the 5. No trade. Stopped out after adding. Yeah, so I just, this was really one that came down to discernment, because like if I look at it on the 2-minute chart, it's just this first candle was too much of the move, and unless you bought it right here, I don't know what would make this okay to buy though. This is pretty much a consolidation. It did make a lower low there, but yeah, like if I would have bought this, probably would have put my stop underneath that candle, but it would have been better to put it under that candle. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is a high, and then we got a lower high there, so it's really out of play. A lower high there and a lower low there. There was just no way to play this in a really good way. Yeah, I mean, this was just a no trade. This was just a no trade. It wasn't a good setup. Netflix. So on the 5, similar setup. You got the top of the opening range here, this bottom blue line. It traded over that, and then a very short pullback, not to VWAP, but a pullback. And see, I've just kind of been noticing that on the 5, a 5-minute pullback and hold, like a hammer candle on the 5, is a lot more significant than it is on the 2. So I've kind of been, yeah, it's like I'm starting over and testing new things because it's a little unfamiliar. But I guess that's my fault. I don't need to do that. I can just wait for the things to come back down to VWAP. And if it doesn't come back down, then I just don't trade it. So, I mean, I guess in reality, these were just a bunch of no trades. Same issues I was having before. Bought higher low extended from VWAP. No trade. Reddit was actually a breakout play that I regretted. Third green candle up is like the worst. You're never supposed to do that because of course it's going to pull back right after you get in. I was just assuming that all this pressure built up right here would send that thing rocketing if it broke back over the top, but that is not what happened. It stopped me out and then came back down to VWAP, but traded beneath VWAP, and this was a pretty long, pretty deep retracement. If it held VWAP, that would have been one thing, but the fact that it broke below VWAP and then I bought it. So, bought breakout, stopped, bought below VWAP, stopped. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not the 5 minutes fault either. It's just bad trading. Bad trading. And I feel like a lot of it is just being on this different time frame, though, and I don't know, thinking that I can take different setups because it's on the 5, when that really wasn't my intent in moving to the 5. I wasn't intending to move to the 5 and change my trading style. This isn't something that I would condone taking on the 2-minute chart, so I shouldn't be taking it on the 5. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will try again on the 5 on Monday. Definitely want to spend some time in the replay sim over the weekend. Yeah, this was kind of just FOMOing in. Another third green candle. Top of range. Yeah, man, it's just some bad trading. This was just a fun trade I took with one of my buddies in the chat. Um, Dang, I ended up still risking $5 on that. That was kind of silly. Yeah, and this was a man. This was kind of a outside of the box. I knew I was trading against my rules, and my buddy Ben was telling me not to do it, but I just wanted to see something. But I didn't need to waste an hour to see that. I could have done a paper trade like I've done many times in the live stream. So I guess ultimately, I can't really blame the 5 minute for my performance today and yesterday. It's just me. But it's always been me on the 2 minute chart too. So why am I moving to the 5 minute chart? Man, this is tough, you guys. uh, Definitely gonna spend some time on the charts this weekend and just kind of figure my life out. Um, yeah, I'm definitely having second thoughts about the 5 minute, just on an experience thing, and just being used to the signals on the two. Even though there are a lot of signals, a clean mover on the two, which is usually something that has a lot of volume, will usually give you an earlier entry and a tighter stop loss and a better risk to reward. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I got to spend some time. I got to spend some time this weekend and figure my life out, man. On other news, the community, that we're building in this great struggle of ours, trying to be aspiring to be successful day traders, hit 300 subscribers today on the live stream, man. That's cool. That feels good, but I'm not here to be a YouTube star. I want to be I want to be a trader. But thank you guys so much for the support. Your words have been very heartwarming. You guys have been really supportive, and I'm gonna keep fighting the good fight. I do believe I'm going to get there. Just got to go through a lot, apparently. You know, the best things are on the other side of difficulty. And I don't know how many difficulties I'll have to overcome to get to the other side, but I'm determined to find out, and it will be documented. Anyway, I definitely don't want to make a long video again, although I'm already 18 minutes in, but appreciate you guys so much. Hit the like button and subscribe. I'll be back Monday morning trying it again. Hopefully a little more wise, a little more patient, a little more disciplined, a lot more focused. All right, man. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.